Hello, Penn State fans. This is Joe Smeltzer from Nittany Sports Now, and I'm here with a guy who's a fast rising star in the recruiting ranks. He got his first offer from Boston College back when he was in the eighth grade and has since added offers from Maryland, Syracuse, and most recently Penn State. He's from a high school that's produced multiple former and current Penn State players, and since this guy is still only a freshman in high school, there's plenty of time for him to decide where he's going to play at the next level. But if things keep trending the way they are, he's going to have plenty of options. The guy I'm talking about is Joseph Buchanan III, formerly of St. Francis Academy, now at the McDonough School, both in Maryland. Joseph, thanks for taking the time.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, getting to your Penn State offer, kind of walk me through that. Where were you when it happened? How did you find out who offered you? Just all that good stuff. So,
Yes, sir. So Coach Barnes, the D-line coach up there at Penn State, offered me. So we had OTAs, which is like an evaluation period. Schools come through. So one way or another, Coach Barnes had film of like my reps, all my workouts, just pretty much almost like a mini pro day, just kind of going through drills, everything like that. And he saw me move pretty well. He said he looked at my freshman highlights. From there, he decided to make the offer. Now, specifically getting into like the offer experience. We had the OTAs. I did pretty well. So I get home. I text my coach, Sule, head coach at McDonough. We have a nice conversation, and he sends me the Coach Barnes, defensive line coach's number. Says give him a call. He can't call me yet. Then I'm an underclassman, so I give him a call. He gave me the good news, and yes, sir. That's how I found out.
all right, good stuff. So as I mentioned at the top, you had played at St. Francis. Now you're going to be playing at McDonough. What led to that move?
Honestly, just wanting the best fit when it comes to high schools. One, the best fit and where I can do the best for myself, both academically as well as athletically. Still, no hard feelings to the guys at St. Francis. I definitely appreciate everything they did for me.
Yeah, and the McDonough School is a school that a lot of Penn State fans know, especially in recent years. You've had former players, PJ Mustipher and Curtis Jacobs, both in the NFL now, both played at McDonough and went to Penn State. Guys still on the team. Devon Elise, Denai Dennis Sutton, and Mason Robinson all played at the McDonough School. I know you're just kind of getting into the McDonough family, but how familiar are you with that Penn State pipeline at your new high school?
I'm very familiar. So coming out of eighth grade, going up to visit different high schools, I took a summer visit to McDonough, just kind of look at a day in the spring camp. And at the time, Mason Robinson was still there. And, they were just kind of telling me how he played for the same youth organization that I did. He went to McDonough and he was going to Penn State. So with that being said, they went down everybody that went to Penn State from McDonough. So Mason Robinson, Denai, and Curtis were the guys that they mentioned. So definitely a lot of respect for the Penn State pipeline, and definitely blessed and grateful to have the offer.
Yeah, so talking about Penn State in general, what are your impressions of it? I know you've grown up somewhat close. Penn State's got a lot of players, not just from McDonough, but from all over Maryland. But is that a school you kind of grew up watching, grew up familiar with? What's kind of your perception of Penn State, just from where you are? So.
Penn State is definitely known here in Maryland as Maryland and Penn State have always played each other in the Big Ten. I believe when I was younger, I went to go see Maryland play Penn State. So that was definitely a great experience. One of my favorite NFL players, Michael Parsons, actually went there. So that's definitely been a school that I've always been interested in.
Yeah, so did you grow up Maryland? Well, you're still growing up, but before high school, had you been following Maryland a lot? Is that your team?
Honestly, I hadn't really followed any teams before high school just because I like seeing players play and just truly just be great at football and see their strengths and kind of see what I can take from it.
Yeah, so guys at your position, whether they're guys at the college level, guys at the pro level, is there anybody that you watch? You mentioned Micah Parsons, who's obviously one of the best, but anybody else you kind of watched and really liked their game and tried to pattern yourself after?
I like Dallas Turner out of college. Who else? Chop Robinson. He's another DMV guy that went to Penn State. A lot of different college guys like, what's his name? Nicholas Harbor. When he was in high school, just seeing the speed, the way he was able to use that to get around the edge. Colin Simmons, he's going to Texas now out of Duncanville High School. So I definitely can study up and try to see what I can take from the guys that are at the top.
Yeah, so from a height and weight standpoint, where are you at right now? Like, what are your numbers there?
6'4", 230.
Now, a guy your size and your age, are people surprised when you tell them that you're not even a sophomore in high school yet?
Always. Yes, sir. I get the same reaction. At a track meet one time, a guy asked for my ID. So it definitely can get, wild with the age thing. But at the end of the day, I always take pride on being a true freshman. So like I never did any reclassing, anything like that. I've always been in the correct grade and everything like that.
Yeah, do you take that as a compliment? I know that depending on things, somebody looks older, they might be a little uneasy with that. But in your case, being a football player and being a lineman, that's probably a good thing to hear, right? That you look older than you are.
Yes, sir, definitely. So a lot of guys I know have to get to high school and gain the weight, but me, I came into high school with the right weight, so now it's just about maintaining it, getting as lean as possible, and everything like that. So it's definitely a compliment to be able to see that I look older physically, and now it's just time to lean up and really be one of the top guys.
Yeah, so I think some people might be surprised to hear that you're also a sprinter, right? A guy playing on the defensive line and also running the 100 meter. What's your experience with track? And you just mentioned the importance of being lean. How much has that kind of helped you just from a body standpoint in your football journey?
So sprinting has helped me in a football standpoint, just in the aspect of getting off the ball, getting off the line, that reaction time. So I think of the gun as the explosion off the ball when you see movement. And when it comes to like relays, you run 4x1s. Those are kind of like pursuits. So you see somebody, you got to catch them, run as hard as you can. And you kind of, it's a little bit different for you take angles, but if anything, track makes it easier because I know I can run with the skill guys, so it's definitely helpful.
Yeah, so talking about just yourself and what your strengths are, how would you kind of describe what your game is as a defensive end?
My game is versatile. I have a speed that I don't think we've seen yet, honestly, at my size. I think that's the big difference. I know a lot of guys are really fast, but I just think we haven't seen the speed at my size, so I'm definitely ready to showcase it. Like I said, I'm versatile, so I'll stop the run. Understand we got to stop the run first, make teams one dimensional, make them pass, and then that's when it's time to get in your bag and make those moves. I use the film room to my strength as well. I take tendencies the O linemen give me on film and just use them against them, give myself tips in game. If this guy is doing this before the snap, it's a pass, stuff like that. Seeing what moves first, how I can get off the ball as fast as possible and attack as fast as possible.
Yeah, I saw on your Twitter bio that you also list yourself as an outside linebacker. Is that somewhere you could also see yourself playing at the next level?
Yes, sir, I could. With the way I can move, I think I can honestly be anywhere on the field. Some coaches, maybe realistically say you can't play anywhere, but I mean, that's just how I think. I think I truly look at myself as an all-around athlete. I can run with the fastest at my age group and everything like that. So I think I'll definitely be able to play pretty much anywhere on the field if you ask me to. I think I'll be one of those rare athletes.
Yeah, so there's still a few months between now and the start of your sophomore season, your first season at McDonough. What are going to be your goals for the rest of the summer? A, from just a football getting better standpoint, and B, from a recruiting standpoint. What's kind of first the recruiting future look like for you over the next 3 months, and second, what are you going to do football wise just to help yourself in the shorter term?
So football wise, in the shorter term, I plan on just continuing to lift, getting in the best shape as possible, and working on my first step because at this level, that's the most important thing. If you can attack the offensive lineman quick and fast, and you get up on them, it becomes you can kind of control the game. Now, from a recruiting standpoint, this summer I plan on going to maybe a couple camps. I haven't really set up any, I guess, visits, even though they won't be official, obviously, because I'm a underclassman. But I haven't really thought about going on any visits yet. But if any coaches reach out, I'm definitely open. Probably get up to Penn State in June, I believe, for the camp. That's what was recommended to me by Coach Barnes.
Yeah, so that would be your first visit to Penn State, if I had that right.
Yes, sir.
And when you envision just visiting, going to Happy Valley, experiencing the campus, all that, what kind of excites you about that?
Definitely, man. The first thing I think about when I think of Penn State is a whiteout. That environment is crazy. I'm a big energy guy, so I definitely enjoy environments, crazy environments like that. So Penn State has always been one of my tops when it comes to that environment. So that's the first thing I think of when it comes to Happy Valley. How great of a facility there is. Seeing Saquon Barkley when I was younger, just lifting, seeing that gym, it's just I can tell it's good energy up at Happy Valley.
Do you plan on getting out to a game? I know obviously there's a few months before the season, but is that something that you're thinking about living in driving distance, just getting out to a game, maybe even a whiteout?
Yes, sir. As a recruit, I definitely want to take advantage of all the schools that are in driving distance. Truly get a feel for the environment and see where I'll be playing in the schools that are interested in me.
Yeah, so going back to when you got your offer, did it feel different than the other offers you've gotten? Considering obviously Penn State's a pretty big school in Maryland, and obviously the tradition that it has. Was there like a different feeling that came over you when you got that offer?
Yes, sir. It was definitely a excitement, definitely a joy. Just seeing like the top guys, even guys that I know, going there, going through the pipeline, being great. So it was definitely an a special excitement because I know guys that go up there. I know guys that dominate, and I've heard of guys that dominate, and I've watched those guys as well. So like I named Chop Robinson, another guy from the DMV, Denai, Mason, and Kurt.
Yeah, so of all the schools that I have offered you, where do you kind of rank Penn State right now? I know obviously you're a 27, you still have a lot of time, but where do you kind of put Penn State among the offers that you do have?
Penn State's definitely in my tops. Being that, like I was explaining, just having those people that I know, having the top guys that I've seen go through and be great from there is definitely in my tops. Yes, sir.
All right. Last thing I have. What's one fun fact about yourself that has absolutely nothing to do with football?
I enjoy gaming and I can make music.
Oh, what kind of music?
I make beats. I'm not really a singing guy, but sometimes I can do that with my friends, just kind of messing around. We can rap sometimes, just freestyle, just have fun.
Right. Good stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good for me. Joseph, if you have anything else you'd like to add on, feel free. But yeah, that should be pretty good.
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. Go Nittany. Go Lions. Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Thanks for your time, man.
Yes, sir. No problem. Thanks for having me.